What's up, YouTubers? My name is Jared Bowling, and this is
Meyer.
Little Light Studios Live, and we are so glad that you guys are here. We are now currently in Orlando, Florida, at a convention called ASI, and I tell you what, the storm's brewing.
It's raining cats and dogs out there.
Oh.
And it's pretty amazing. Like, you look outside, you could hardly see across the parking lot. It was just amazing.
What is up? His love is agape love. I see you right there, brother Heck. What is up? And I tell you what, I saw this bench go flying up about a good 4 or 5 feet, and it was intense.
You can tell this guy's from California. He's not used to the weather out here on the East Coast.
No, and it's not the San Diego weather that you guys are used to either.
Right.
I actually live in the mountains, population 3,500.
That's awesome.
It's kind of close to where everything's burning at. You guys saw it on the news and stuff. But we're so glad that you guys are here, and we want to kind of tell you guys or introduce you a little bit to Little Light Studios and what Little Light Studios is.
Now, if you guys haven't seen any Little Light Studios videos, go ahead and click away on some of the videos that are a part of our ministry. We've always strove to have kind of a relevant take on, pop culture. They got a lot of crazy things coming at these young people these days. And what we're trying to do is really say, hey, look, this is what the world is throwing at you. We need some answers. Where can we get those answers? We get them from the Bible. What does the Bible say? What is this teaching you? And how do we be able to distinguish between the difference of those? Most people know us for the picking apart of videos, movies. One of the videos that I think did all right on YouTube was the Peter Pan video. I don't know if you guys have seen that.
If you've watched that Peter Pan, or if you haven't watched that Peter Pan video, I'm telling you, check it out, you guys. You guys are gonna love it. It's gonna blow your mind. Literally, it gets a little bit dark.
Well, many of these stories that a lot of people have grown up with, and they absolutely love Disney stories. They don't really realize where some of the origins come from and why we even have some of these stories today. And so to be able to kind of give a little bit of that backstory really makes you realize, you know what, we're engaged in a spiritual war. Honestly, we are engaged in this warfare at the end of this world. And what is this war all about? It's for our minds, right? Mm-hmm. So, anything that influences our minds, we need to be careful of. And that's pretty much what Little Light Studios is known for. But we got a lot of creativity that we try to throw at you and try to make it relevant to the Bible.
So Scott, what got you into making these documentaries, you and your team?
Well, by 100%, it's all been God that has actually pulled me into this, because if you would have asked me about 10 years ago, Little Light's been around for almost 10 years now, which is quite amazing in my mind. I would have never dreamed this in a million years, but it was never my intent to start a ministry. It was never something I woke up one day and said, I want to, work in ministry. God just kind of directed this whole path. I took film studies in school with my brother. He also took film studies. We ended up in Hollywood, and I started working in the industry and really lost my way. I grew up a Christian, but left my faith 100%. And I digested everything. I mean, it didn't matter what kind of movies, what kind of ratings they were. I literally watched everything there was because I wanted to make them, so I'd pick them all apart. And I really believe that those heavily influenced my mind. And so when God really got a hold of my heart and asked me to speak at a youth rally, it was all because of a result of speaking at a youth rally that we put this information together. And we started looking at what happens in your brain when you watch TV, what's going on psychologically, because the advertising industry uses a lot of psychology and tricks to sell you products. So we know it works. They spend lots of money on it. They wouldn't spend the money if it didn't work. And all of a sudden, it's like we took that same thought and that same mentality and said, well, what if Hollywood is showing you the same ideas over and over and over again? Are they selling you an idea? And that's kind of where it began. And then when we started traveling around and speaking in churches, we really realized there was a huge need. Christian media is usually sometimes behind the ball. And so we decided to quit our jobs, and I've been in this ever since. It's been 10 years.
Wow, 10 years. So, by the way, if you guys have not yet done so, subscribe. Oh, 5 minutes into the video and I'm already saying it. That's all right. Subscribe, hit that like button, share this video. And by the way, if you have a movie that you would like for us to do, put that into the comment section below. We would like to see any movie today that you watch, or maybe even in the past, or will you expose Venom?
That one's pretty crazy. I'll have to admit.
Yeah.
I mean, just the sheer like forwardness of the trailer of Venom. I mean, he's demonically possessed, and it's just amazing that we can actually watch something where they are making demon possession cool. I mean, there's so many people that are going to go and see that. So, good suggestion. We'll definitely take a look at that. Infinity War, another great one. We've touched on that one a little bit, but it is just mind-boggling to me that the whole Marvel universe is fighting against this super villain Thanos, who's coming from another world to destroy the planet, but yet Thanos has all of these superpowers like omnipresence. That's what the little stones are going to give him. He can raise people from the dead. He can create life out of nothing. These are only attributes of God. So, I mean, this is the bad guy that the Marvel Universe wants you to believe is coming to destroy the world. And you know what? It's just an attack on God. So that's another one we'll definitely have to do a deeper project on. But yeah, keep watching out for those.
Yeah. And so for those that don't know the Little Eye Studios team, there's actually quite a few of us. There's the founder, Brother Scotty here, Scott Mayer, and then there's Mikey. Mikey's got this awesome testimony of being in the world and being in a very dark area. You want to touch on that very shortly?
Mikey, he went through quite an interesting transformation. I remember talking to Mikey actually a few years ago. He called our ministry up, and he had gotten himself into a rap group, and at first I think it was just they were wanting to just kind of have fun with it, and people actually took him serious. And he was wanting to go out to Hollywood and actually pursue an actual rap career, and he was asking our opinion of it. And of course, I shared with him my opinion of Hollywood and the dangers, and be careful with this. And ironically, a few years later, we ended up moving to Tennessee into his backyard, and now he works with us in our ministry. And he had quite a conversion experience. He was going to go out to Hollywood, and somebody stole all his money at the last minute, which prevented him from going. And he became went through the SALT program, and really has a passion for sharing Jesus. Really neat guy to add to the team, so we're excited to have him. And Keith Detweiler, he's been with us for a little while. Keith's from Missouri. He came out to California to be with us out in California, and then he spent about a year or two, and we said, oh, no, let's go back over to the East Coast, and we moved all the way back over here. But he's been quite a trooper, and he does a lot of our web stuff, anything online. He just has a lot of technical skills that he brings to the table, and he's a good speaker as well, so he's been traveling around and speaking for us as well.
Good. And by the way, I did see that comment in there, God's not dead. We'll definitely look into that. Oh man, that one's a scary one. That one used to give me bad dreams as a kid. My dad and I on Friday nights, we would watch some horrible movies growing up. I wasn't exactly raised Christian. But yeah, we'll definitely check into that. My name is Jared Bowling. I'm actually rather new to the team here. I got in contact with Brother Scotty about early July, and I said, yo, Brother Scotty, I love that Terminator video that you guys just checked out. By the way, link in the description up here when I get a second to kind of go back and put the link up there. If not, go ahead and check out our videos. You can watch the Terminator video. It's really cool. And I said, I love the Terminator video, but that thumbnail needs some work. And I said, I'll tell you what, I'll give you a free one.
I'll tell you how it really went down. He called us up and he said, hey man, your videos are really cool, but that Terminator thumbnail is terrible. I need to help you out with this. I appreciate honesty, man, and it actually has been a real blessing to have your skills jump on board. And if you notice some new thumbnails that we've been putting on our videos, it's because of this guy right here.
I answer a lot of your guys' questions online. I do a lot of behind the scenes, analytics, YouTube. We have some new content that's going to be coming out. And honestly, just like you guys, Little Light Studios has greatly impacted me and my family, or my family and I. I used to watch everything out there, and I didn't really know what was right and what was wrong, you know? I just kind of just went with it, you know, watching Blade and everything else that Hollywood would put out. And I saw my spirituality start to really decline. And once when you start to do away with that junk, you start to see your spirituality on a rise. So then when you see those bumps in the future, it's all right because you have that relationship with God, and you can go right over those bumps. You can meet that test, and then that test can be your testimony. A little bit about myself as we're reaching the 10-minute mark and people are starting to flood in. Wow.
There's a lot of really great questions that are popping up here.
Oh,
and I
man.
just want to address
Go
one
ahead.
real quick. There was a question that came up, is all genres and all types of movies bad? You know what? I tend to look at media in two different ways. Does it lead you closer to Christ, or does it lead you further away? You know, I know there's a lot of people who have been inspired by certain films, right? I mean, I've watched a movie that has been like, this is amazing. I don't watch movies anymore. I don't have time for that, and I'm very picky and choosy with what I actually allow myself to watch. I like documentaries and that kind of stuff. But I really honestly I'm not as scared because it is a moving picture as much as it is, what is the message that they're really trying to convey? What are you walking away with? What is the overall game? Because, you know, even in some of the most simple, like, love stories, there's a lot of bad, terrible, anti-biblical things in just a love story that is not biblical. It's not a true picture of a marriage or saving yourself for marriage or any of those kind of things. So, you know, I think you really got to look at it. Your standard and your rule that you have to judge everything in life against is the Bible. Does it speak according to this word? Because if it doesn't, there is no light in it. I just wanted to leave you with that.
And if you struggle with sin, any sin out there, if you struggle with it and you allow demons into your house, if you allow demons into your life, you're giving a portal for demonic presence to come into your life. And so then when you finally have that temptation in your life, it's going to be really hard to overcome it because the Holy Spirit was not first in your life. So a little bit about myself really quick. I'm an Iraq war veteran. I was in from 2004 to 2007. Only did 3 years, one tour in Iraq. Saw plenty of action. I did for those that are military, my MOS was a 13 mic. That's a multi-launching rocket system. And I tell you what, after getting shot at and seeing plenty of action, trust me.
He decided to come to a whole different war.
Yeah. Instead of packing an M16, I'm packing the Word of God, and it's time to lock and load.
That's right. We're playing psychological warfare here.
So I'm very self-taught when it comes to editing videos and such. I spent a lot of time as sort of like a position as an assistant pastor for a few years. I was a revelation evangelist for a couple of years. By the way, if you're interested into Bible prophecy, get ready. If there's questions about the mark of the beast, the Antichrist, the rapture, I want you to leave your question in the comment section below. I promise you, I'm going to take a picture of your comment or even a video message. You can email us, and I will make a video specifically on your question. So go ahead and email us a video at info@littlelightstudios.tv. Go ahead and use your cell phone just like I'm using my cell phone. That's why it's in 720p right now. I don't know why it's not in 1080p. That's just not what it is. But I want you to leave a question on Bible prophecy, and we're going to be starting to get that ball rolling too. So thank you guys so much for coming in. It's so great having you guys here. Check out our videos. I'd like to name drop a couple of other ministries. Bible Flock Box is really great. Forerunner Chronicles, Amazing Prophecies, Amazing Facts, and Amazing Discoveries. Those are some all really great tools to help get you going in the right direction. We love you guys so much. Be praying for us here at Little Light Studios. We're doing this all for the Lord, and if there's any way that we can improve, you guys just let us know, and we'll see you guys next time. God bless.
God bless.